Welcome to Meet the GIMP. My name is Rolf Steinort and I am recording this in Bremen, northern Germany. Today we will talk about the Fuzzy Select tool. It is closely related to the Select by Color tool, but the Fuzzy Select tool selects only one
contiguous region,
and the Color Select tool selects all regions with similar colors. There are some similar options like replace, add, subtract and intersect with the current selection. And now I select replace. Here you can see the same option, anti-aliasing. If we select anti-aliasing, borders of the selection is not sharp and you get smooth corners. And if it is not selected, then you have a really sharp border between selected and unselected. The further options are feather edges and select transparent areas. Select transparent areas is useful while using mask sensor on perhaps. Sample merge is the same as with the others, and it selects all the visible layers. If it is not selected, then it works on current layer. If you want to select something from the total output of image, then select this option. Here is threshold, which defines how much difference between the colors is allowed to be in the selection, or when something is out of selection. It helps in selecting the pixels that have one definite color. The next important selection is which mode do you want to have in the selection. The composite mode is the gray value of added red, green and blue channels. You can select the red, the green, the blue channel or the hue, saturation or the value channel as the base for your selection. Now let's try Fuzzy Select tool. I just click into the image and the threshold is 0. So let's see what happens. I make a selection which is 1 pixel in size. Now I increase the amount of threshold to say 30 and click into the image and click on Toggle Quick Mask here. Now you can see the area which is selected. I deselect Quick Mask toggle, press Tab to get the toolbox and press Shift Ctrl A to unselect everything. I can do this in a different way, and for that I decrease the threshold to 0 and click into the image, and now I am drawing the mouse down and right. When I increase the threshold, you can see that I am going into this blue area, but I am still on the wall. I think this tool is more useful for graphic designers and not for photographers. You can change the threshold by just pulling the mouse. This works the same in Color Selection tool. I change Select by from Composite to Hue and click at the same point and draw to the bottom. You can see that I have a way better selection of blue-green part of the wall than I had before. So choosing the right method of color definition gives good result with this tool. I click into the Quick Mask and here you see it's nearly perfect. Only some parts to repair, and I would do that with painting in the Quick Mask and not with these selection tools. If you are confused about selecting the mode, then you can see your image in different channels in the channel mode. Select the blue channel and you see that everything has nearly the same blue value. In the green channel, there are some differences. In the red channel, it's nearly the same here. So, I would select the green channel for selecting, or in this case, hue channel. Selecting color is the next tool here, and it has the same function and same options here. It has only one difference. If you click here, you will select all fields with this color and not one.
Contiguous area.
The color selection tool selects all the area with the similar color. The name of the next tool is Intelligent Scissors or Scissor Selection Tool. This algorithm looks for edges and tries to follow them with the selection, and I want to select here these letter boxes. So I activate the selection tool and I pull a point here and I get a plus sign near the cursor and I simply select the points. The algorithm is supposed to follow the borders, and you can see here it didn't took the other way. It took the inside way. I zoom into the image and now I can draw this point up to here, and there was a mistake with selecting this point. So I pull these points up and you can see the algorithm follows the border if you give enough information where to follow. It looks pretty good, but I usually don't use this because there are better ways to do this. I think I would use the color selection tool because it always takes the wrong way round. So I finished with the selection. I just click on the first point here and the cursor changes to plus. Now put the next point and I have these two rings making a loop out of it. I can still move the point around here and make the selection better. So when I now click into the selection second time, the selection is selected, and to look at the quality, I activate the quick mask and zoom into it. Now I look around in the selection. Here is my fault. I should have clicked here. So this is the fairly intelligent scissors. The next and the last tool I want to cover today is the Foreground Selection tool. It was quite sensation when the algorithm came out some time ago, and it was not so sensational in using in the GIMP, but let's give it a try. Here are the same modes, and anti-aliasing isn't activable. And here I want to select one single area, and I want to select the statue. So first I zoom into the image to get a better control. Now I select the selection tool, and I can select
contiguous region
or different region, but I select the
contiguous region.
first. I make a rough selection here with the automatic laser tool, and now you can see that the area which is not selected is in blue color. I have selected a brush here, and I can control the diameter of the brush with this slider, and I paint through this stuff I want to have selected. I have to see that I don't select stuff which I don't want to have in the image. When I release the mouse button, the algorithm starts to work, and some areas here has to be selected. Every time the selection gets updated, and area that is similar to the stuff I just painted over gets selected. Now I click on Mark Background and start painting the background that I don't want to have in the image. This tool works better when there's more difference between the selected part and the stuff which is not selected. And here the difference is not big enough. Just press enter to accept the selection. I think you have got an idea of how this tool works. The path tool belongs also to this part, but I will cover that sometimes else. In the select menu, there are some other stuff you can do with selections, and I will cover that also sometime else. So this was it for this tutorial. Let me hear some comments, and I promise you for the next show with really new things which are viewers generated content. You will find a link to this file in the show notes at meetthegimp.org, and if you want to leave a comment, then please do that. This is Hemant Vaidande dubbing for the Spoken Tutorial project.